Hi Star-Powered friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alejandra Sofia. Today is January 14th, 2019, and this is part 2 of an astrological view of the week ahead. I had a sudden ending of part 1, so I had to film part 2 because I went into a massive coughing attack. I mean, if somebody could have filmed that, I was so glad I was in the car alone because I literally looked like I was having an epileptic attack. It sucked, but funny too. So yeah, I appreciate the comedy. I appreciate the comedy of it all. And also just being in my own creative flow as I'm, here I am in the beginning days of Starpowered Alchemy YouTube. There's a lot of beginning days of YouTube of Starpowered Alchemy and the new things that I've started in building my business and becoming an intrepid entrepreneur and hashtag intrepid entrepreneur. And so I'm really in these beginning days, and there's a lot of threads to follow. There's a lot of things to learn, and so I give myself huge breaks in my decision-making process of what to do. And so I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to splice, put things together, and I'm real basic right now. So I just throw in the comedy and I throw in the raw, of the raw moments. And that's how it ended. And I almost didn't post it and I almost got really frustrated. And then I said, screw it, I'm going to do it because the only thing that is stopping me is my ego being bruised that it didn't come out that way, or how's it going to look to everyone else? So these are great issues, right? How's it going to look to everybody else? How's it going to look to everybody else? Does anyone else ever get tripped up by that? Oh my God, that, if anything, that's like the #1 place I get so massively tripped up. And the way I even just said it right now is a first time for me. And that's one of the things that I love about this platform or this exchange or sharing, talking. It could, it happens to me all the time now when I'm with friends who are, really in their own evolutionary process, and these new things come out of me of new insights, new awarenesses, consciousness that help me link things together in myself and feel more connected to myself. And so that's this process of coming to wholeness that we're all really a part of. And that's the story that's unfolding in my excavation, in my attunement, in my love of astrology and these planets and these archetypes and the what I'll call is the mandala that's revealed to me and that has been revealed to me. And I've had some many profound mystical experiences that kind of crack through everyday 3D reality and ordinary consciousness into like Akashic consciousness, and have had these really massive awarenesses that have over time and in these days of now I'm really linking up these understandings, and so it also means deconditioning myself and unlearning all the ways that I learned that were really negative. And so I share all this because in some way or another, if you're really taking up self-growth, that's your process as well, to unlearn. We're all born in this culture, and when we all are having different experiences and unique experiences, but thematically they're the same. And that's another thing that astrology reveals to me is like, wow, we all have the common themes and we have the blueprint. We're all sharing the blueprint, the human blueprint. And the blueprint is absolutely connected to the heart of the earth. It is not separate, and that being the primary issue that we're dealing with of this whole diluted idea of separation that got inside of us emotionally and entrained our ancestors, not to go in the whole thing, but like how our culture got taken over by a really, really, really terrible, bad idea of separation, and for all the reasons why that happened, that have to do with massive power struggles and egos and want of wealth and power and all that. And land acquisition. And so, but the real land that got acquired was the inner terrain of the soul and self getting separated from life, and this really diluted, terrible idea of the universe, the model of the universe being based on the seeming separation of all things, right? So that is what we're really putting back together in ourselves emotionally, and so as we're emotionally returning to ourselves and healing ourselves, and also changing the way, we're raising children, and it's definitely, at least the people that I am connected to these days, and everyone in my life is definitely, including my mom, who are, I say my mom's name and I get teary. I know you're going to watch this, Mama. So, which I really appreciate that about my mom, that she's excavating herself and looking at herself. And so now I get to post this in the raw and the real. And so that's really just bringing in this culture that I'm in, that I see all around me, everywhere that I live here in Ashland, Talent, Oregon, and the West Coast of the United States. I was like, I was trying to say California, but I don't live in California, but the whole West Coast of this area, and across the board, I'm meeting so many people all over the places as I'm getting, connected in through social media to people being, there's consciousness is rising on the planet, and there's some amazing, extraordinary voices of intelligence and sanity and integrated and skilled knowledge and time-tested strategies and ideas, and really just this amazing integration that I'm hearing in language. I'm hearing it in Oprah Winfrey. I'm hearing it in a lot of leading voices, and I say Oprah Winfrey because it's just amazing to, like, we really watched her grow. There she's been in front of television. I don't 30 years. I don't know. I think, but like, and so that's this time that that's really the times that are arriving right now, which brings me back to now, and this part 2 of this segment of reconnecting with this week of the second quarter moon, rooting to rise, and that's ending with standing up to our fears, standing up to the truth in ourselves and the truth of others as well, and self-defining, and really connecting in with powerful yeses and empowered yeses and empowered nos, and that's a big deal. And then the empowered maybe, because the maybe is this transitional time of not knowing what you want. And so we really need to know when we're in the maybe and getting clear with that. And the empowered yes is when you're really just connecting in and trusting yourself, and it's the same thing with the no. It's the same thing with the no. It's just when you are aligned deeply with that truth, instead of giving that superficial, I probably should say yes, I'm going to say yes, the habitual yes, or the habitual no's, no, I can't do that, that's not me, I'm not that, or all the ways that you might be in relationship to what I'm expressing. So that's what this week is about. It's about getting past all that, really breaking into new ground with yourself because of this. I'm not going to go into a huge fit. This tyranny that's been presiding over our soul, presiding over this land of selfhood that our minds got taken over by, and it's this false self. And so the true self in you loves you unconditionally, and it's this golden thread. And so that's what this week is about, is this keep weaving that deep golden thread that comes from the core of your being, and you produce it and use that, and that golden thread, as you're healing yourself and clearing yourself, is powerfully connecting into your life vision. All you've got to do is sit there or go on a walk or do something that breaks you out of your routine reality to tap into your dream, and you feel it because it fills you with excitement, and you feel these like what you want and what you wish for, and it's magical. It's a magical feeling. It's a real realm. The imagination is a realm. It's not this fake foofy place. It's a real realm, and so you're granted entry into your realm just by receiving it. So being receptive to your dream is an important part of this week as well, and being receptive to the truth. That is to get to that point where I got to in part 1, where I ended suddenly. And to end it more succinctly with the full moon in Leo, and just to give some energy to that eclipse, is, since it's happening at the 1st degree and it's a full moon, so it's the earth eclipsing the sun's light, and that's the shadow that we see on the moon. And I believe it's a partial eclipse. I'm not sure. It might be a full one. I'm not sure. That would be important for me to know. But eclipse energy of endings. So I feel here with that, the fullness is really ending relationship with not feeling the truth of what gives you life blood, because Leo's so charged. Like the essence of Leo is just this, you just land back into the childhood dreams. It's the child. It's this, that energy that we didn't even, that natural energy that flowed through us, passion, love, desire, gusto, excitement, impulse, wanting to play, your creative acts. So there may be, there's quite possibly and likely return to places of like, oh yeah, that thing I used to do 30 years ago, I love doing that, or picking up new threads, that you never tried. I always wanted to do that, or things you didn't even imagine about yourself because those weren't that's not what you learned about yourself from your parents or from the culture of your early childhood family. So, following those desires and having fun. I think the key thing though is having fun, but it's not the light, like you avoid the work, have fun. It's I think even turning towards those things that may have seemed arduous, but they're and seeing them in a new way that allows you to have more fun. Like, let's say embarrassment is what has stopped you from having fun because, oh, I don't want to be the novice, and how does this look that I'm 50 years old or what? Excuse me. That's not gonna happen, I promise. So I think it is time to complete, and I think that I expressed myself well enough before that cough. But yeah, that you're just meeting these places inside of yourself, and it is artistic. It is fun, and there are challenges. And so it's really changing that unfun voice that has been kind of ruining the situation and making it really hard, and pulling it out of the ashes of pulling it out of the swamp of your unconscious and just saying, I'm not going to take that anymore. And, and it's a process. It's definitely a process. So with that, I am completing this part 2 and wish everyone much love. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check me out. Check out my website at starpoweralchemy.com. You can contact me for powerful readings, the personal readings, and you'll get a recording and contact me at starpoweralchemy@gmail.com. And I'm also on Instagram, same name. As you know, I'm just going to flood this place with Star Power Alchemy. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.